Hi there. We're back. Welcome to another Chubs Gone Wild, episode 442, recorded on May 2nd, 2022. What a great day, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, I just, I swear I do it all the time, but I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe we're already in May. And then June will be here and I'll be like, oh, I can't believe we're already in June. Why can't it be September already? Well,
Actually, the high temperature in June is lower. The average high temperature in June is lower than the average high temperature in September.
that is true.
You need to go to October
Uh,
and late October at that.
I want to
But
go.
we always have the. Can I say Indian summer? Is that still appropriate?
That's what they still call it. It's
Yeah, but yeah, we have the typical Indian summer that lasts until the end of October.
right.
So
Yeah.
we don't usually start getting rains until November, if at all. So yeah, that's Sacramento Valley.
Remember when they used to be like every couple of years they'd be like, oh, and this year it seems we're having a late Indian summer, and then now it's just like every year it's just summer now.
Yeah, our summer runs usually the end of May through the end of October.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so which I'll tell you, everybody else, in the country is like going, oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, not for us.
You fat guys,
Yeah.
it just means a lot of air conditioning and not enough cool weather.
Neil and I, growing up, I was promised 3 months of this, 3 months of the next one. I was promised spring, fall, autumn, and winter. 3 months of each.
I remember kind of getting that because I don't remember there being too many days because we always went back to school at the end of, well, it was right after Memorial Day, right? Yeah, right after the day after Memorial Day or Labor Day, we went back to school. And I don't remember there being too many days that it was so hot that it was ridiculous. And the same thing in May and April, May, not really hot.
Yep.
But now, I mean, I can't even imagine being in, because all the old schools, they had kind of an air conditioner, but it was really more of a fan there against the window. I don't know if you had the same experience, but they always had these long fans, that kind of ran the length of the room at the window to kind of cool down that and are heated up depending. Because, that like the old days, like if you go to New York, they have all those heaters against the windows to keep the cold air from coming into the window.
Right.
And during the wintertime. And so that's how it was. But I don't remember I remember there being a few days that was like, oh my God, this is so hot. It's ridiculous. But usually the teacher would bring in another fan, like a floor fan, and kept it, okay. And then we were usually gone, home by 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So the hottest part of the day hadn't even kicked in yet.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm just thinking, unless they've improved the school's air conditioning systems, I would not want to be in school in September in this area.
I remember a few in 7th and 8th grade where we had a few of those hot days, those really hot days, and we didn't have air conditioning in the school that we were in because it was Auburn. So, you just don't really have those days. And then when we did, girl, we all had our little handmade fans out of the paper when you just sit there and fan yourself through the whole class. And then, of course, the teacher would say something like, you warm yourself up and expend more energy doing that, then, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But, now school starts, the majority of the school starts in August, the first or second week of August.
That's insane.
Yeah, because definitely most of the schools are back in session before my birthday, mid-month. So which I was considered a gift because then fucking kids are out of the street,
right,
all day long.
And then there was always those weird schools where they had the like 1 month gaps So they do
Oh,
like,
those are the year-round schools.
yeah, those were always like the weird students.
Well, it was, I mean, think how, I mean, the joy of school was it was like prison. You went for 9 months and then you got 3 months free, which meant
Yeah,
sleeping in, playing until, the sun goes down,
yeah,
swimming,
working on the farm.
vacations, just, catching up on your soaps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the fun part of it. But yeah, these days, I don't know. Anyway, speaking of weather, it's currently 77 degrees and partly cloudy here in outside the Chubs Gone Wild remote studios. At least that's what they tell me. It is 182 days till Halloween, 237 days until Christmas, and only 183 days until TJ Zombie Girl retires completely. Yeah. Well, I mean, from work anyway. So, and also happy Beltane. Beltane was yesterday, and as a bad pagan as I do, I did not really do much of anything to acknowledge the occasion. It is a minor holiday in the wheel, but it is what it is. Anyway, for those of you who know May Day, it's sometimes called May Day. Anyway, Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ, Starsid, From the Universe, Eric, Sean, Brothers and Natus, Phoenix Dave, Kingsley, and Moose P. And of course, our returning patron, Charles. Please visit patreon.com/MattBurlingame and see if you would like to donate, become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Also, there is a new My Life in Fragments podcast over there talking about the Chris Pratt BS, as well as aging gracefully. And also, there's a bit of new writing out there that may turn into a novel, but we'll see. But in the meantime, you get a sneak preview of the opening. All right.
Big opening?
The what?
The big opening?
Oh, yes. It is a grand opening. It's the kind of opening that you look at and say, I want more.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like the big opening that you could park your car in.
Well, yeah. I still remember being a kid and, that whole joke about my big opening and just laughing and thinking it was so funny. Anyway, speaking of funny, oh no, not really. The modern legend of Loch Ness Monster was born on May 2nd, 1933, when a local sighting made the news. The newspaper, the Inverness Courier, related an account of a local couple who claimed to have seen an enormous animal rolling and plunging on the surface. Oh, the story of the monster, a moniker chosen by the Courier editor, becomes a media phenomenon. In London, newspapers sent correspondents to Scotland and a circus offering a £2,000 sterling reward for capturing the beast. Anyway, all right. Let's see what we got here. So it's time to find out if we have accidentally celebrated some holidays today. And we start with Baby Day. Did you have a baby today?
No, but I've seen the babies today.
Oh, how are they doing?
Oh my God, they're just growing so fast. It's amazing. Even the little ones getting bigger now.
Oh, cool.
So transferring them into the new pots really helped.
Yeah. So they won't be babies soon, huh?
No, pretty soon they're going to be tasty little blunts.
Okay. Well, it's also Brothers and Sisters Day, which you celebrate, and I do not. Yeah. Well. Anyway, Great Lakes Awareness, International Scurvy Awareness, Melanoma, National Fire Day. Okay. Life insurance. Well, there's a holiday we all need. Meeting planners appreciation. Mhm. Play your ukulele. Truffles. Baby, take a baby to lunch.
Yeah,
No.
they always call the authorities if I do that. So no.
Or have a baby for lunch. No, no.
Oh, that sounds worse.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Let's see. And then, of course, World Tuna Day, which I have no tuna in the house right now, but sounds lovely.
Okay.
Oh, I know, right?
All important holidays.
Yeah, made my nipples hard. Today's affirmation: my guides are always with me. I am safe. Okay. There you go. A little new ageier than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's time for Facebook. No. Birthdays.
Wow, they're not even close to the same word, but okay.
I know. It came out of nowhere. But anyway, happy birthday to Dan, Daryl, Miguel, and DJ. And also, we have some upcoming birthdays here. Yeah, wow, we had a lot of birthdays that just happened. Wow, I'm surprised. Anyway, upcoming, we have Philip Rob, Rob Lindley. We also have Dean, Paula, Kathy, Lane, Stephanie, Janet, Richard, Matthew, not me, Alex, Melissa, Curtis, Evan, Robbie, so many people having birthdays. Sloan, Bill, Patrick Walsh. Oh, yes, that Patrick Walsh. He is a podcaster. Jerry. And then finally, you remember Vera Charles.
Yeah.
Dear sweet, sweet Scott, Vera Charles, who, by the way, are now posting their vacation videos from their cruise online, making my heart pitter patter, of course. But yeah, so May 7th. Too bad they don't have a P.O. box anymore. Just saying, can't send them anything. Oh well. All right, let's see here. We got birthdays done. We got a little bit of a feedback. Sean wrote in and said that he agrees with me on Star Trek and time travel stories. Enough already. Thank you. I want to watch a show about the future to see the future, not see them come back.
Oh,
Live here. Who cares?
I do.
Oh, have you been watching Picard?
No, I've got to start watching it though. But I'll explain why in my week why
Okay.
I can't watch it yet.
Okay, that's cool. And then Chub hugs. I would like to send out a Chub hug to my stepmother, or widowed stepmother. I don't know, something. Anyway, she's her, and her birthday is coming up on the 5th. So, how about you?
Well, I'd like to send a Chub hug out to Nancy Pelosi for dragging her ass to Ukraine. I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
11. She went. First of all, she went to Kyiv, which meant she took an 11-hour train ride from, I guess, probably Poland is where she came from, and that. I mean, she's second in line. It's Kamala Harris and then Nancy Pelosi in line of the presidency.
Right.
And so this is a really big thing and a great move for her. And it's I just I just think that was cool. I would not have expected that from her.
That's the same. When I read that, I was like, really? Wow. So
and then I do want to Nicola from American Idol.
Oh, okay.
Big girl.
Nice.
And last night it was Disney night. And I was sitting there going, I would love to see her sing Ursula's song. It'd be kind of cool. And she sang Ursula's song. And she purple long dress with a cape, and she looked great. And she just camped it up, and it was fantastic. And I was reading today that nobody on Disney night for American Idol's Disney night has ever done a villain song.
And
I mean, and she did it, and she killed it. One of the reviewers said, I don't know if I was watching American Idol or her auditioning for the Broadway musical. So, and at the end, instead of just going, you poor unfortunate souls, she souls, and then went into a cackle laugh, and it was incredible. If you get a chance to see it, it's all over the news today, and probably I'm sure it's on YouTube. So definitely check it out. It was so much fun. It was just, and I'm just so surprised. I guess there's not a lot of villain song. I mean, there's Gaston, but he's not really the singer. But still, I don't know. Maybe there aren't that many villain songs.
Maybe actually, one of my favorite villain songs, and it's kind of. Do you remember Anastasia, the animated one?
Yeah.
So Rasputin has a song when he wakes up, and I love that song. I mean, there's a choir behind him, but yeah, I mean, he's basically
Trust in Me, the snake song from the Jungle Book. There's that one, but I don't know. Maybe I'll have to think about that.
Yeah,
maybe there just aren't that many. But it was just it was so cool for somebody to try something different, and it paid off. So that was great.
And that's awesome. I will definitely have to check that out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, well, we do have some queer news, starting with the cruel Lauren Boebert introducing a spiteful bill to make traveling harder for trans people. Apparently, she can't explain why sex-based body scanners are safer than more advanced gender-neutral technology, but she just wants to ban the woke tech. Also, drunken homophobe attacked a flight attendant mid-flight. He could get locked up for 20 years. The flight crew had to block access to the cockpit out of fear that he would storm it. Also, a school forces teachers to remove LGBTQ safe space stickers because they're not appropriate. The school district demanded the teachers stop saying that their classrooms are safe spaces for LGBTQ students. Also, Tucker Carlson busted after lying that Elon Musk restored his Twitter account. The account was suspended until he deleted a tweet insulting a transgender woman. Once he did, the account was restored. And finally, Michigan GOP Secretary of State candidate warns Beyonce, Cardi B, and Ariana Grande they are tools of Satan. And don't get her started on yoga.
Oh yeah, she's a QAnon nut job.
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah, she's crazy. I mean, she's like crazy, and the GOP has picked her as their candidate.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Crazier the better. So it is now time for Tom to talk to you about.
Okay, well, first of all, I just wanted to say that I know you love this woman who does hard sell.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the poor man's Tracy Ullman.
Oh, gotcha. Catherine Tate. Yes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't know. I'm sure she's perfectly talented, but this show was so awful. And what I mean by, because she does a lot of characters like Tracy Ullman would do on her show. The problem was that every time she did a new character, they had to give her like it was like watching Jim Carrey, give her more time, and here it is, and so the story never really takes off because we're too busy watching her do another character that it's like,
yeah.
I can see doing, I like the idea. I think it's, I like the Dr. Doolittle, it's the Nutty Professor, when everyone's playing multiple roles, that's fine, but keep it moving, keep it funny, and don't just, run with it. And so, and yeah, every time she started a new character, screeching halt to the story, and it's like, okay, here we go. And I won't watch anymore. You know, Brian watched the whole series. I mean, it was probably 6 episodes, but I can't go on. I can't go on. That kind of pacing just drives me crazy. I mean, it's one thing if it's in a play and it's monologuing, but this was too much.
Yeah, I had no interest.
Yeah. And I right now, of course, you know, I'm all over with my paranormal stuff. I'm watching King Frostmare, Casper Sight, Mind Junkie, Slapped Ham, and Nukes 500. But top 5, not 500, sorry. So what happened was there was this picture I took off my deck of a sun halo that we had a few years ago, and I remember it looked kind of like a spaceship when I took the picture, like hover. It was like Independence Day, right? So I posted the picture on Canned Ham community on Facebook, and Colin said, nice photo, mate. And I was very excited. Callan's the host of the show. So I felt really good. And so anyway, just want to share that. And not to mention, I have got a Nukes Canned Ham, and I think it's a Mind Junkie waiting for me. Because I'm subscribed to all of them. So some come out fast and furious, others come out every 2 weeks, but boy, it's just excitement. So anyway, I know the little things. And the reason why I can't get to Picard right now, because we were talking about that last week. Well, Ozark and Frankie and Grace both dropped on Friday, both of them with their final episodes of their final season. So been watching that. Frankie and Grace, I'm sad. I mean, I understand both women are in their 80s now, so maybe maybe enough is enough. But I love seeing that they're still working and they're still relevant and still funny. But I'll hate seeing it go. And Ozark, the bodies are piling up already in the first few episodes. So I've had 3 episodes left, and I'll probably binge them after I get back from the dentist today. Because I just they're so good. And it's fun at the very beginning of the episode when they say Ozarks, they have like a little shield with 4 little windows in the shield, and they show different things like, here's a bicycle, here's a lantern, here's a gun, here's a fence post, right? So all of those appear somewhere in the episode. So we're writing them down going, oh, there's a bike, okay, scratch that one off. And I'm hoping that other Ozark fans are doing the same thing, but maybe not.
I have heard a lot. I mean, thankfully, nobody that I know has given any spoilers, which is good, because that's, just don't do that. But everybody that I have heard that have watched it and finished it, blown away. So,
well, it's funny because whenever I would do, there was a game called Killer. I don't know if you ever played it when you were younger, and that's where it's like an improv acting thing where everyone takes on a character. And sometimes, well, usually what would happen is everyone would get a card, and if you got the ace of diamonds, then you were the killer. So what would happen is then the lights go out, and then the killer comes by and taps on somebody to let them know that they're dead. They're the dead body.
Okay. Yeah.
So but you kind of do an improv for a minute or a few minutes, then somebody kills somebody, or the killer kills somebody, and then there's another person that's the detective, and they have to figure out who the murderer is. So it was always a fun game, but always at the beginning of the game, I try to give myself as many reasons to be killed with all the other people. Because and most people are like wandering around going, oh, I had the most delightful cucumber sandwiches, and I'm like, oh yeah, fuck cucumbers, that kind of, that's just give somebody a reason to kill, because the whole thing is you need to be killed. Well, the Bird family, who are the Jason Bateman and Laura Linney in Ozark, are giving everybody in the show a reason to kill them. So I don't know how it's going to end, but they are pissing off the entire cast, basically. So it's almost like a Bill Murray movie. Anyway, it's a lot of fun stuff, and like you have to watch this because some asshole's going to get online and then go, I can't believe this is how it ended.
Yeah.
So
they used to do that shit in WoW. They would just yell out spoilers.
Right. Just to be assholes too.
Yep.
It's for no good reason.
Yep.
Okay, Masked Singer this week. It's interesting. There's the Queen Cobra. We had Queen Cobra, and it's been one person. Now all of a sudden it's two people. And what they do is, the baskets that the cobras usually are in. Well, they've got those set large ones of those baskets set on stage with other cobras in them. And I don't know, are they the dancers? Are they other members of the Queen Cobra? So is it one? We thought it was one person. Now we know it's two people. I actually had somebody suggest that maybe it's six people, and it's the six members of the Six, which is the new musical on Broadway about Henry VIII, and it's just closed, and it's going to be starting to tour this summer. So maybe it's the cast of six, and I'm like, okay, I kind of like that idea. Or it could be some girl group from I'm pretty sure it's somebody in the 90s or something, somebody that's. But anyway, they're all so skinny and they sing like angels. So, their harmony was just gorgeous. So I don't know who it is, but that's the Queen Cobra. We already knew what the Jack in the Box, that was Rudy Giuliani. Space Bunny, I don't know who that is yet. I can't figure it out. I still think the Frog Prince is John Travolta, only because of the clues. Some of the clues have pointed right away. I went, that sounds like John Travolta, and the voice sounds like John Travolta. But Baby Mammoth was the one that was exposed this week, and that ended up being Kirstie Alley. So, and of course, Brian's made the comment, "Oh, Baby Mammoth, because she's fat." Yeah. And I don't know, maybe that because she was fat actress. So
fat actress, I can see, but
maybe that was the joke that they were playing into.
I don't know, but she's one of those people that it just disappointed me because I absolutely loved her.
Oh yeah,
especially in Fat Actress. That was so good, and then she just. Thanks, Trump.
Let's see. On Top Chef Houston this week, they did a comfort food challenge, and that was was a comfort food challenge from your childhood. Something that your grandmother or your mother used to make that was everybody was really liked because
soul food.
They were doing a Juneteenth kind of show, and so they were talking about meals that have been passed down for years from grandmothers and great grandmothers. And so the worst meal was this one Black woman, and everybody hated it, but you're not going to get rid of the Black girl on the Juneteenth episode of Top Chef. So they got rid of the Danish guy that made the meatloaf that was too tight.
I hope he gets back in, but you know what? The whole too tight meatball. Yeah, I've had that, and I understand what that means.
I do too, but it's not that awful. Not as awful as they made the other girl's food sound. So,
that is true. That is true.
Because I've had some meatballs at parties, that have been sitting in a chafing dish for 2 hours that have they've lost most of their sauce, but I'm still popping those bitches in. Not that bad. So
right.
Let's see. On Moon Knight, this is the last week for Moon Knight. It's very complicated. The the story is. I'm not familiar, who's familiar with it? No one. So it takes it's all over the place. So hopefully this last episode will gel everything together and I'll be like, oh, okay, that was actually good. Because so far this is my least favorite of the Marvel mini
still haven't
series.
gotten through Loki.
I know. I liked Loki, especially when the alligator Loki showed up. He was so cute. We finished I finished up Woke, and I'll tell you, it's just I really enjoyed the series. I don't think it's gonna come back because it's as Brian put it in the episode, Woke used to be something kind of cool, and now they've kind of turned it into an ugly thing. There's being too woke now, or not woke, blah blah blah. It's just, so maybe it'll come back with, a different name. So we've been enjoying Russian Dolls. It's much different than the first season. This one, they're playing with time travel, going back in time, so you'd hate it. But we're at this point where we're about ready to find out shit, and it's kind of, we're right in the middle of the series. So we've got 3 episodes left, and so we should find out everything in it, because they're usually really good at that. We started watching a new show called Killing It, and this is Craig Robinson. He wants to open up a saw palmetto farm in Florida, because the crop grows best when it's somewhere coastal. So he wants to open up this farm, but no one will loan him money, probably because he's out of work black man in Florida. So Ron DeSantis. And so he finds out that there's a contest. I'm not sure if I think it's to whoever catches and kills the most pythons, because they're wild, they're crazy wild in Florida, right? I know, I'm the same way. Fuck that. I'm not going to Florida just for that reason. So he meets this woman, and they're working together to try to get the prize money so he can open up the farm. But it's a lot of snakes. And it's funny because he catches this one, and they say to kill the snake, you need to, kill the brain, and that'll stop the snake. Because if you don't basically destroy the brain, it'll still move and shit. So he has a nail gun, so he's going to nail gun the head, right? But what he does is he nail guns the head while he's holding the head through his palm. So he's got like this long python hanging off his hand. That's episode 2. So it's been pretty funny. I'm just waiting for more snakes. In number 1, there's some pretty scary snake scenes. I'll just warn you on that.
Yeah, no, that is not something I would be watching.
Yeah. Well, I'm not watching it late at night because I know I'll have snake dreams. Yeah. Heartstoppers, which is on Netflix, is so wonderful. It's kind of like Love Simon or Love Victor, or whatever we have, but this one is a British kid who's out, and he falls in love with one of his because they always put 2 kids at a table. Well, one of his table mates is he's falling in love with, but he's the head of the rugby team, and he's like this jock, and but we know that he's gay, but the kid doesn't know he's gay, and actually the rugby kid doesn't really know he's gay either. So but we're on the inside here, and everybody's finding themselves, and it's just a wonderful little show. I started one called The Baby, and this is a British show on HBO Max. It's about a woman who doesn't want to have a baby, but situations happen, and she ends up with this baby. And every time she tries to give the baby to somebody else, those people end up dead. So we don't know if it's like, is the baby possessed or something? It's a comedy horror. I've only seen the first episode, but I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the season. So that's HBO Max. So far, it's been pretty funny. Then I saw the Nikki Glaser show last night. It's she's got kind of like, learn about Nikki Glaser. She's a comedian, and it's on E. And
Okay.
this is when she they made the series when she during the pandemic, she went back and stayed with her parents who live in St. Louis. So it's her, after the pandemic's over, it's her moving out of her parents' house and kind of deciding that she's going to stay in St. Louis just because she likes it. She meets up with her old boyfriend who's now living there, and it's just kind of watching her life. It's your typical E kind of show. So it's kind of funny so far. We'll see where it goes. Her ex-boyfriend, super cute, just super cute. And then I saw two movies. Well, I talked about Scream last week, so I saw one new movie, and that's Death on the Nile. That is the new Kenneth Branagh movie. And I wasn't a big fan of Murder on the Orient Express. I mean, I love Murder on the Orient Express, but the 1976 version was so much better than Kenneth Branagh's version.
Yeah.
But I love the story. You know, I love the Agatha Christie stuff, so I love seeing them get out there. And Death on the Nile and Murder on the Orient Express are kind of they demand a bigger budget because one's on this luxury train that's traveling through Europe, where Death on the Nile is you got to film it down there. You know, there's it's gorgeous. And I didn't remember the Death on the Nile that came after Murder on the Express in I think it was the late 70s, maybe early 80s. Death on the Nile. I didn't remember who the killers were or killer was, you know. So I'm like, okay, this is good because now I'm surprised again. And
Right.
so it ended up being really, really good. Sets, costumes, and cinematography are just dripping gorgeous. So
Did you enjoy seeing French and Saunders?
yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun seeing them. Yeah, the whole thing was, and the cast is gorgeous as well. So and that's both on Hulu and HBO Max.
Yeah,
on both those venues. So and then like I said earlier, the girls are doing great, and that's probably about it from my week.
Okay, very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing Death on a Nile. I have reports of it from Mr. Sage, who says that it was very, very good. Well done. Okay, so for me, I've been watching a lot, but not a big variance of things. It's been kind of a low-key week now that we have Mom's tests and stuff out of the way, which for the most part things came out pretty good. So very, very thankful for that. And we'll know more, in the next week or two. So other than work projects, I have worked, I've watched Call Me Kat. I caught up on that last night, and it was a very powerful episode. Actually, it was the first time that it went from being, like, haha, silly to pretty, like, having a big dramatic moment. And it was really good to see and added even more depth to the characters going on. So it was, I was really glad to see it, but it was a little like, whoa, wow.
So it's the very special episode.
No, I wouldn't go that far. No, this was more like oh shit. I mean, nothing's gonna seriously, sustainably bad is gonna happen, but it was kind of like an oh shit moment. So
it's not like when on Different Strokes where Arnold gets.
I don't even like to think about that episode. Okay. Although that taught me about that episode because I was like, what? I didn't know that could happen. And then what was it? Or like 90210. Every fucking week it was a very special episode of 90210. Brenda has her period. And so And it was like, and everybody's happy because, she just slept with what's his name. So I don't know. Anyway, I also watched the Top Chef episode. I thought it was very neat and very fun that they got to go to that church.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. Are they? I almost don't want them to put a roof on that church, on the outside of the church, because I mean it's Houston. The weather's got to be pretty good most of the year. I would think the outdoor venue would be really incredible. Maybe put like a glass roof on.
That would be very cool too if they could do that. Something a little bit more sustainable than the Crystal Cathedral. Right. I grew up watching that with my grandmother. But I agree with you about pretty much everything you said. And I hope that he actually comes back, and not just because I think he's cute. And then let's see. Actually, it says I didn't get to any more episodes of Mom yet because
I thought that was. I was funny. I was thinking that was your reminder to talk about your mom.
Oh yeah, I did too at first. I'm like, no, no, I didn't watch any of that. I have been binging seasons 1 through 3 and the first 1 or 2 episodes of 4 of Elite. Right. I was just looking for something one night, a few nights ago, and it popped up, and it was like, oh, you get to see, lots of naked guys, and I'm like, oh, all right.
Are there wieners?
No, I don't think so. But there, especially in the first season, there were lots of butts. But then it filtered out how many butts every other season. So, but these are, you haven't seen any of that?
No,
obviously, I guess because you just asked me that. I thought it was like one season. Well, turns out there's 5. It's a Spanish show, and it is basically 16-year-olds who are 40-year-olds. I'm telling you, when I was their age, I could not even fathom the things that they are doing and behaving like. And it is not, what did I say? Something, it's like 90210 and Dynasty, and probably that stupid Euphoria, just like all crammed into one. It is a huge soap opera type thing. And seriously, they're like, it starts out with like one of their classmates was murdered, and then there's blackmail, and there's class resistance, like, lower class going into upper class, and the rich kids and the white kids, and well, of course there's not too much racism stuff going on. It's more religious based because there's a storyline with a couple Muslim people that the others don't want because they're all terrorists and blah blah blah. And there is a lot of sex, there is a lot of drugs, there is bisexual 3-ways with 2 guys that happen a number of times. There's a gay storyline that, of course, the fucking gay storyline is the one where they never actually have a moment's peace. All the others, relationships at least have an episode or 2 where the relationship is going decently, but the gay one is always like, oh, I push you away, I pull you back long enough so we can have a sex scene, and then I push you away again. And then, of course, the gay kids get cancer and the bisexual one gets killed. And trust me, this has been out since 2016. It's not spoilers. And they tell you first episode right up front, everything pretty much that I'm just telling you. So trust me, no spoilers. Still, it's a good show. It's not the best thing, but it's filling enough that you're like, oh, really? And then what? So I recommend it if you are, I don't know, you just have a weekend and there's nothing else real pressing that you want to watch. Like
how long are they?
Or something. Huh?
How long are they?
They're about 40 minutes.
And how many per season?
8.
Oh, okay.
So it's not horribly overwhelming. Like I've gotten through 3 seasons in 4 days. So
well, yeah, because I was just looking at on Hulu when they say, oh, here comes another episode of the show that you've been watching.
uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, wait, was that their season finale? Because they're already at 22 episodes.
Right.
22 episodes.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
I know. I was really surprised that the Cool Kids had that many episodes.
Right. I mean, honestly, a British show that went over, it probably was over 10 episodes than they would have normally gotten from a normal show. I mean, because I've seen 4-episode British series, 4 episodes a season. Usually it was 6, and then that would run maybe 1 or 2 seasons. It's crazy. 22 episodes is insane.
Right. Are you what was it? Are you being served? That was like 6 to 8 episodes per season. They ran for 11 seasons. And when I said I've seen every episode at least probably 500 times, if not more, maybe 1,000 times. And they're like, oh, that's ridiculous. But you think 6 episodes a season. And then the way that I used to have, I used to let it run at night. It's not that hard with the British shows. Now, if you're talking like Bewitched, where it had like 40 shows for the first couple seasons, like then it might be a little insane.
Well, and as a writer, that I mean, how do you keep it fresh?
Yeah. Well, on Bewitched, they certainly didn't, coming in seasons 6, 7, and 8. I mean, they reused entire scenes from other episodes practically.
Well, and it's just like, I always use the example, and this was back a few years ago when everyone was just getting into their cell phones, and where I saw we're going to get rid of our devices for 24 hours or a week or whatever on 3 different shows on the same week. I know one of them was Modern Family, and I don't remember what the other ones were, but I remember going, oh, great, another let's hide our devices for a week episode. Oh my God, kill me.
Yeah.
But that's what ends up happening. I mean, if you do too many episodes, you just this is why they have babies in season 4 and 5, because now we can do that storyline, because it's pretty much the only storyline that we have left, unless grandma comes to live with us. Okay, then we have the aging storylines, and then we're gonna get divorced. It's like, okay, all right,
here comes Cousin Oliver. Yeah.
Yes, bring in Cousin Oliver. Oh, speaking of that, I met Eve Plum at the Home Depot.
Really?
Well, it was in my dream.
Oh, okay. But still, that's cool.
It was very exciting. Sean and I were at Home Depot, and I went, and I saw her, and I went, oh my God, hey, I said, hey, Jen, happy birthday, because her birthday was last week. And then I went, I'm sorry. I don't know why I had to say it that way. Eve, happy birthday. And she's going, well, thank you. And then we became fast friends, besties. It was great.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Much better than the sex dreams that I used to have about like C. Thomas Howell and Phil Collins, and I did dream that I was married to Nick Nolte, and I was like 17. I don't even know who the fuck Nick Nolte was other than one movie.
Oh yeah, he was a big crush of mine in high school.
Yeah.
From the deep. But no, my dream this morning was I was trying to find a bathroom because I had to take a shit.
I've had the ones where I've been trying to find a place to pee and kept getting interrupted.
Yeah, and then you wake up going, oh my God. Dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like going, I don't even have to poop. Why am I looking for a bathroom to take a shit? And of course I get up and I go get a drink of water, and I go sit down in the living room, and I go, okay, now I gotta take shit. Okay.
Yeah. Now, whenever I dream about Corey, though, in my dreams, he doesn't like me. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's probably because he knows you.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'll be married to Nick Nolte, but Corey doesn't like me.
Well, have you seen pictures of Nick Nolte lately?
Oh yeah, I'm glad
Yeah,
I missed that boat. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. All you have to do is put in Nick Nolte's what do you call it when you get arrested? The picture
DUI,
mugshot,
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 yeah.
mugshot. Nick Nolte, and you're going to be glad that that marriage never happened.
I'll tell you another person that I steer the fuck away from is Busey.
Oh
What
God,
happened with that one?
you had a crush on him?
No,
Oh,
no. But whenever I see him now, I'm like, oh, run away, run away. Okay, so let's go ahead and remind you to be loud, be proud, be too much, and be you. Fat Marker Clothing wants those of us who have been told that we are too much of something turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs One Wild listeners, you can do that by using the code FM Wild Chub to get 20% off anything while ordering over at fatmarkerclothing.com. Well, let's check out some advice. This, of course, comes from Dear Prudie, slate.com. Go check them out. And my sister and I have an otherwise good relationship, but she is a terrible gift giver. When her birthday or a special occasion rolls around, I try to give her thoughtful, useful gifts. For my last birthday, she sent me a butt plug as a gag gift. She has consistently sent me similarly unfunny and raunchy gag gifts that quite frankly are embarrassing to receive. Beyond it being gauche, I never use these gifts, and I can't exactly give them to someone else. I have tried subtle methods to get her to stop, like hinting at gifts I might prefer. At one point, I tried to be more direct and asked her point blank, please stop, but she just kind of shrugged it off. How do I get her to consider the gifts she gives me? My birthday is coming up, and I don't want to have to unwrap another piece of junk.
well, first of all, you don't deserve that you're
Okay.
I think that, okay, first of all, okay, do you really need stuff? You know, is that really, are you really, I'm sure hope somebody gets me this for my birthday because I can't get it for myself. Now, birthday gifts, when you get to a certain age should be either funny or you shouldn't even be giving birthday gifts to each other. Okay. And I'm thinking, I think it'd be hilarious, look, here's a strap on, just what I needed. And then there's a big laugh. And you know what? You're going to go to one of those white elephant giveaways. It's the perfect gift to give away, then give back, and it's and it's a great story. It's like, oh, my sister sent me my birthday gift, and they go, oh my God, what did she send this time? And, I would love it. I would love it. I think that'd be hilarious. Unless it was gross, like something.
Used fleshlight.
Well, no, reused. No, I was thinking more of like vag condoms, that kind of thing. That would be gross.
Yeah.
But it could be hilarious too. What am I thinking?
It could be. No, I see. I guess maybe because of our perception and community and stuff, something like that might be considered funny. And I guess if you're, well, I don't know, a 50-year-old straight woman in church, it may not. I don't know. But yeah, just either go with it, throw it out, or
tell her not to give you. We're not exchanging gifts anymore.
Yeah, that would work too. Or you could give her something similarly embarrassing so that she know how it felt. I don't know, like a Bible.
Yeah, but she's going to love any kind of thing like that. If she's sending you a butt plug and you send her a strap on, she'll be in tears going, finally, my sister gets it.
Finally, my sister has a sense of humor. Yes. Well, actually, yeah. I don't know if this is a guy or a girl, though. Doesn't really say. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
It's
All
a
right.
girl.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So here's what Dear Prudie had to say. This is neither here nor there, but from the cursory research I did on a work computer on a public network, it seems that butt plugs are not inexpensive. Your sister is really doing a lot for a joke that's not landing. If she is shrugging off the boundary you set, see if she'll respond to a no gifts policy. Well, there you go. Tell her you don't want to exchange gifts anymore. You can say that it's because of the gag gifts, or keep it light by suggesting you'd rather plan experiences together than trade things back and forth. Either way, make it clear to her that you're not accepting gifts for your upcoming birthday. If she brings you one anyway, you're under no obligation to open it, and should instead just give it right back. Oh, remember, we're not doing gifts anymore. Thank you, though. I hope you can return it. And watch, that'll be the one time that it turns out to be something like really nice.
No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Actually, she wants to get her sister back, use the butt plug and then send it back to her.
Oh.
Here, I tried it out and it just doesn't work for me. But, maybe it'll work for you.
Oh.
You might want to put it in the dishwasher on the top rack for before you use it, though.
And then her sister will say, well, at least you had to take the stick out of your butt to be able to use it first, honey.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Chubs, if you inherited a private jet from a stranger, what would you do with it?
I would immediately sell it.
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, first of all, imagine what insurance and gas costs for a private plane.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Same. Yeah, all that. I couldn't afford it to keep it. So
Right.
I would sell it, and it would probably, I would say, bring in several mil. So that would pretty much set me up to live comfortably for the rest of my life. Yeah, at least I wouldn't have to, work. So there you go. Hey, Chubbs, what are the qualities you really enjoy in a friend?
We're talking like bestie kind of friend.
It says in a friend, so I'm assuming. I don't really have.
I think there's got to be
Not to think that.
shared interests. Also, I can't deal with people who are energy vampires.
Yes.
And in the same sense, I can't deal with people who are doomsday people. So there's quite a few qualities, but those are a lot of qualities that I just cannot deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But what about the ones you really enjoy?
Well, it's usually the shared interest stuff. It's somebody that you can sit and have a conversation with about something. I was listening to something and they were talking about I was listening to a show and the guy was saying, I worked with this guy and he always everything was a confrontation with him.
Wow.
And it's like he'd stop and he'd ask me about something and I would say one thing and he would take the opposite point of view.
Oh, the devil's advocate friend.
And then he goes, why is it that we always have to be in a confrontation? He goes, because you need to be challenged. And it's like, okay, I don't need to be challenged. No. Stupid. But that kind of person drives me crazy too. So there's got to be interest and there's got to be, they got to be somewhat kind, and it doesn't have to be generous. They don't have to buy me things, but just don't drive me crazy.
True. For me, it's loyalty, a really good sense of humor, because that's really important to me. And if you're say that you're going to be there, really be there. And those are like the three big things for me. And yeah. So all right. Well, let's take a guess, shall we?
Okay.
What are we gonna guess on this time? Okay. How many people visit Disney World annually?
I would say probably, God, 10 million.
58 million.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is just Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Disney World is huge.
Mhm.
I know you've never been,
Mhm.
but it is, well, that's why they had their own, they have their own police service, they have their own fire departments, they have their own, everything, because they were like the Vatican until, Florida says, well, until DeSanto says, oh, no, they don't have that status anymore. And it's like, okay, well, then you're paying for it. And that's $1 billion a year.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, 58 million visitors. And you're gonna fuck with them. That's stupid.
Well, no, not even that. The state's making money off that too.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You have that many travelers and people that are coming in. They're using your airports, they're using your hotels, they're using, you're getting all that tax money from everything that they bought. It's just whoa.
Well, you do know that Orlando is the busiest airport in the nation.
No, I didn't, but I'm not surprised. I would have thought it was probably LAX or maybe Kennedy.
Yeah, I would have thought Kennedy or O'Hare.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Okay, well.
Oh, hey, I got a question for you.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Name me the characters in Glee.
The lead characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't look them up.
No. Okay, so you got Rachel and Kurt and Blaine, Santana, Brittany, then what was his name? What was the main guy's name?
Mm-hmm.
Fluffy Kittens, Marshmallow Boy. Rachel and what's his name? Oh, and then the one who with the dark hair, the half Jewish guy.
Oh, him.
I'm forgetting his name.
No, Sean and I were in the car, and I could remember Rachel, and I'm going, and then there's
Puck.
And then I go, oh wait, Sue. There's Sue Sylvester.
Yes.
Yeah, Sue. And then I just started naming off names, and this is a show that they didn't just use regular names,
right?
Because remember, it was Finn.
That's the one I was trying to think.
And okay. Mr. Schuster.
Yes.
Will Schuster. There's Artie.
Oh yeah.
Remember Tina and Mike? They were the Asian 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Brittany. Let's see. Well, that was pretty much the main characters. Quinn.
What was her name? The black one, the girl.
The black girl, Santana.
No.
Oh, you're talking the other black girl.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yes. She was appeared around here recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then there's the guy with the blonde hair that wasn't really a blonde.
Yeah. Okay. He was cute.
Yeah.
Fish lips.
Yeah, he was always my favorite. And I guess he wasn't Ryan Murphy's favorite.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Murphy, if Ryan Murphy likes you, you will be on everything he does.
Uh-huh.
And if you're not, Sam.
Yeah. Well, he actually was off the show for a little bit and then came back. And there was rumors that it was a punishment.
Yes, I remember that. But yeah, I was just, I mean, anybody can watch like Golden Girls and know, okay, here's the four main characters, but
Right.
it's like, and you got Ricky and Lucy and Fred and Ethel, but then you start doing other shows and it's like, um,
Uh-huh. Like,
I've seen every episode of that and I can't name you more than two characters.
can you name the six characters of Friends?
Yeah, well, that was Rachel, Ross,
Mhm.
it was Joey,
Uh-huh.
Chandler, Phoebe, and the
The other
girl.
one.
Yes, I no, and it's funny because it's Ross is Ross's sister, and it's
Uh-huh.
see, I watched Cougar Town, so it's Jules.
Yeah, great.
Um, and she was Gail in Scream.
Uh-huh. But it's
Yeah,
not coming. Yeah. So, I actually I'm gonna look it up because it'll bother me now.
oh, you don't remember? Okay, Monica.
Monica, there you go. Okay, awesome. Yeah, because I can remember Ross and Rachel because that was the whole freaking thing,
Sure.
and of course Chandler because he was my favorite, Joey and Phoebe. But Phoebe and Rachel, it would have taken me longer, and of course I didn't remember Rachel right off, which ironically is the same name of the character in Glee that you had trouble remembering. Interesting. All right, well, let's move into what's in our lunchbox. And of course, this is all Mr. Moose P, and he has been on a little bit of a vacay. So we have some amazing, amazing pictures, including key lime pie, perfect way to end lunch, coconut shrimp and slaw for lunch, gin and tonic with cucumber and mint, light and refreshing, ahi tuna salad, mixed greens, toasted almonds, mango, I always mess this up, jicama, and a champagne vinaigrette. Wait, there's more. Beef
I know.
tenderloin salad, mixed greens, toasted pumpkin seeds, tomato pimento, gorgonzola with a balsamic vinaigrette.
See, I thought that was tuna.
Well, there is a tuna in there, but yeah.
The salad. Oh, there's two salads. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like going, wow, that's tenderloin. That looks just like tuna. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm on the wrong picture.
And then we have key lime pie in a fancy restaurant. Yes, it's in a shot glass.
Yeah.
Blackened fish taco with
No. Wait.
What?
Isn't the
shot
key lime pie the cheesecakey looking one?
No, that was the first one. So the key lime pie, there's three
Oh,
key lime
there's the key.
pies.
That's got to be the key lime pie.
Yeah, there's one that's in a shot glass.
See, that doesn't look like key lime pie. There's no green on there.
I know. Yeah. But I have seen it done in a shot glass like that before.
Well, I have too, but that's gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah. We have some blackened fish taco with slaw, radish slices, and creme fraiche. Then we went back to the hotel bar, 5 cranberry and vodkas. Drunk. Pizza is junk food, right? Domino's delivered. Oh yeah.
Yay, that looks good.
That's beautiful. I was wanting a pizza so bad last night. Why? Because I saw the pizza that he sent in this photo. Also, when in Florida, load up on key lime pie. This is the third one. There are some absolutely beautiful photos there.
Yeah, it's funny. There's a new show on Food Channel, and I can't think of what the name is right off the top of my head, but this new show, and what it is these two guys, I guess they had YouTube channel or something, and they the first episode they went to Chipotle and saw how everything's made at Chipotle.
Oh wow.
And then last night's episode was they went to the Cheesecake Factory. And first thing they did was make fun of the menu, because it's like they were trying to pick up the menu. It's so heavy because they have 230 items on their menu.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is. And so we were talking about it, and because I said to Sean, what cheesecake would you want? And he goes, I don't. He named off something. I go, I'm surprised it wouldn't be key lime cheesecake if they have it. And of course, when they were showing all the different cheesecakes, they had a key lime cheesecake, and I go, yeah, that's probably the one I do.
Yeah. I do love key lime pie. It really is one of my favorites. And all these, like, just give me that pizza and all three of the key lime pies, and I'm good.
Those tacos look amazing, though.
They really do. And see, normally I'm like not really like, if you said fish taco to me, I'd be like, eh. But those really look great.
Well, and they're done in flour tortillas,
Mm,
which are kind of cool. You usually don't see that. You see them in corn. But if you do want to get a good fish taco, oddly enough, Del Taco has an excellent fish taco.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, there's nothing here that I would turn my nose up against.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too
Same.
good.
Yeah.
Too
So
good.
thank you so much for those, for Mr. Moose. And if you would like to see these photos, and you definitely do, go over to chubsgonewild.com. No, pardon me, facebook.com/chubsgonewild, and you will get hungry, definitely. And I love the way that they toast the whipped cream on the key lime pies.
Well, it's not whipped cream.
Well, isn't it marshmallow fluff?
It's either that or it's whipped egg yolk. I mean,
Oh,
egg
like a
whites.
meringue?
With a meringue, and then you can either of those you can toast.
Beautiful. It really is beautiful. Okay, so send us an email at chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Leave us a comment at chubsgonewild.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/chubsgonewild. Watch our videos over at YouTube. Just go over and search for Chubs Gone Wild. Also, please consider becoming a patron of the show over at patreon.com/MattBurlingame. Find Tom's movie and TV reviews at swanerandjudd.com. Find their podcast in iTunes or on iHeartRadio. And then find out more about my books at justkisstheguy.com. And check out the other podcast at bigksexshow.com. And give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
Yay! Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you had a really fun time. I'm really hungry now after looking at the lunchbox photos.
I know. I think we're gonna have pizza for dinner.
Oh, that sounds so good. I might, or I have a Tony's frozen pizza in the thing because it was, well, cheap. So, all right, we will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.